Hello everybody, welcome back to True Crime Metrics. We're back with part 2 of Rocky Rambo, Waynam Cam, the video game killer. The guy who thought, no, what was his defense? He was in an altered state of being known as video game consciousness. I mean, if that were a good excuse, we could use it for anything, right? It's like, where does it end? Why don't you just admit it, that you're a dick? You're a shitbag dick. And you didn't have anything better to do. You had nothing going on in your life whatsoever. So you just thought, well, I might as well kill these two old people. Really brutally. And as far as making an attempt to get away with it, cover his tracks, there was nothing. Both murder weapons left at the scene with his DNA on them, with the barcode connected to his recent purchase at a surveilled CCTV place of purchase. Great. I mean, you were broke at the time of the killings, but you didn't steal anything. I mean, he did take their wallets. I found out that he did take their wallets. But he didn't spend anything on their credit cards. There was no cash in there. Well, maybe there was $10 or something, Not much cash. I mean, she had a diamond ring on her hand. He didn't take any of that. So, yeah. Altered state of being, video game consciousness, the perfect excuse for anything, right? Okay, well, if you didn't catch part 1 of Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam, a link to that is in the description for the video. Also, we got something brand new for everybody in chat tonight. Anyone who wants to buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com has got the brand new...
So, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then, I've been so lonely.
Do you think I'm going to get copyrighted for that? The Coen brothers are going to be on my ass saying, we want royalties. You're using our clips. Maybe. We'll see. But we're going to let it roll. I'm going to play it one more time.
So, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then, I've been so lonely.
Okay, we're going to jump back into part 2. Where is part 2? Not this. Okay, we're going to see the evidence. Detective Leah and Rocky Rambo are going to make a little collage on the wall today, folks, of all the evidence stacked up against him. Oh, you know what I heard also today? Is that when the prosecution said, well, it looks premeditated because when you left that day, you packed the axe and knife to take with you. And he said, no. I was putting that in my backpack for added weight so that I could get more exercise on my walk. Okay. I mean, how about a couple of bottles of water? A bag of sand? Just carry some fucking cement. If you want to work out, get a job as a laborer. He's like, well, I was living in Calgary, but I learned that there were no jobs available in Alberta. So I had to move to Vancouver. And then I was on my job search, day in, day out on the job search. It's like, dude, walk onto any fucking building site. He's like, well, my language, I don't speak the best English. Hey, do you understand move this load of cement from there to there? Have you seen Gran Torino? Carry some fucking cement. Shitbag. You want to work out? It's a good workout. You work every muscle group. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I was on my job search. I was searching for a job in Calgary and there was nothing.
And you just don't seem like a scary guy to me. How did this happen? What happened to you?
I have something to say.
Sure you do. You have a lot to say. Like I said to you earlier, I said, these things, they just don't happen. And inevitably, I mean, I've talked with dozens of people like you who are in this position, Rocky.
Rayanne, this case was 2017.
And the reasons are always so different and so... I can't believe the impact that the person in your shoes has at this stage of the game on healing for the victims, family, healing for the community. I'm not kidding. I talked with a guy once who he'd stabbed somebody to death. And
by the way, guys, before Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam was brought into the interrogation room, he was arrested and charged and told he was being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. So, I mean, it's really not a fact-finding mission. Well, I suppose it is. It's not a evidence for arrest finding mission, because they have everything. They have him on video purchasing the murder weapons. They have the murder weapons with his DNA on it. They have his DNA under the fingernails of the female victim, Dianna Mar Jones. They've got a bunch of... I mean, it's totally conclusive. They do not need him to talk to get an arrest here. He's already arrested. But he's told that he's been arrested. Right? And he's told that there's no talking your way out of this. You're being charged at the end of it, and this is the end of the line. So there's really not much of an incentive for him to talk. But nonetheless, the detective in here is trying to find some kind of motive other than crazy random killing. Because, you know, she says so that they can, you know, see the warning signs in other young video game consciousness adults that, you know, are just really fucking lonely and shit at life and do this crazy act for seemingly no reason at all. He didn't have any personal beef with these guys. Nothing, right? Just random act of sheer violence. What else was I going to say just then? I was going to say something else. It'll come back to me.
You know, in court, the whole thing went on, and he pleaded guilty, and he had told us what happened, and he was very contrite, meaning he felt bad about what he did. And he did a lot for that family to help them heal and sleep at night. Because when something like this happens to your family, you don't sleep at night. Maybe forever. So you have a lot of power to give people some comfort. I think you owe it to them even. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? When somebody tries to make amends, that it definitely helps people. Do you have anything you want to say to your family?
My family?
Yeah.
You mean you want to contact them?
Yeah. We are contacting them.
Well, you are doing that anyway.
Mm-hmm. We have to.
Oh.
Do you want us to tell them anything?
You're going to tell them anyway?
I don't know what they're going to say yet.
Yeah.
What do you want to...
Yeah. His family are back in Hong Kong. Well, his parents are. I think his brother is 7 years older than him. He's 25 here, Rocky. His brother, I think, is back in Calgary.
As to say,
Never
does it upset
leave.
you to hear that?
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
it's, Rocky, this kind of thing doesn't stay under a bushel. This isn't a theft under, son. Of course they're going to know. Are they to blame for any of this?
For what?
For this?
I'm not going to say.
I have nothing to say.
Rocky, everybody's going to know.
Hey Neverly, I know you love the accent, the Chinese pronunciation stuff. There's a really good one coming up that I just caught a quick glimpse of, and that is relatives. in case you didn't know, that word is relatives, but he says it like relatives. It's a good one.
What happened, and everybody's going to know what your reaction has been in this room tonight.
And for the record, we're not making fun of all Cantonese speakers, just this murderer, okay?
I want them to know that you feel bad and that you wish it didn't happen at the very least. I wish you could tell me why it happened so that we can keep our eyes out for other young men that go through this. I wish you'd help us with that. That's a decent thing to do. It's a polite thing to do.
Like, he doesn't say much all the way through this interview, but his affect is the interesting thing, really. I mean, it's just, he's of a guy who's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing to say. He's denying any involvement and blah blah. He says, didn't do it. He could not have more of a guilty, affect and body language, right?
How's this gonna end? Like, when?
It's never going to be over.
No, I mean this
I don't know.
today.
Okay, this is bigger than you. I want you to consider what the world needs from you. Once you've done something like this, Rocky, you owe a big debt to this world. Do you understand that? When something like this happens and somebody screws up, they owe the world. 2 people have died. And you can begin to make that up to your karma, and to the world, and to this family if you start today. This opportunity isn't going to be here forever. That's what you have to think about, is that this here is very clear. None of that's going away. There's nothing any of us can do about it to erase it or to make you less guilty in it. There's all of this evidence. And I'm not even talking about it all. I'm just really showing you the highlights to show you how we got, where we went. That nothing's going to change any of that. That is what it is. Not talking about that isn't going to make it go away. It isn't going to take that DNA out from underneath her fingernails. It isn't going to take that DNA off that pop that you cracked open for us at the grocery store. You know what I mean? That's all
Yeah.
in evidence.
For anyone who missed last night's show, when they got the murder weapons that they found at the scene that he just left in the yard, they had some DNA on it, but he wasn't in the system, so they didn't have anything to compare it to. Well, you know what I mean. It wasn't a match for anything that they had. So they had to. They managed to get a visual on him by looking at the surveillance footage of the store, Canadian Tire, where he purchased the axe and blade and gloves and hat. So they had a visual, and then they found him in the street after setting up a what do you call it, a grid, a perimeter box, just looking around for him, looking around for this guy of this description. They saw him, and they did a little covert, undercover, sneaky trick to get his DNA. And there was a cop with her arm in a sling, undercover, struggling to open a water bottle. And she asked him for help to open the water bottle. And then he opened it by putting it in his mouth and doing the bottle cap with his teeth. Never understood people that do that. But can you imagine the cops? I mean, that could not have gone better, right? We thought we were just going to get some fucking touch DNA from his hand or something. He puts it in his mouth. Which is disgusting to do for a stranger that asks you for help opening a bottle. You put it in your fucking mouth. What's wrong with you?
Now, the Crown is aware of it. But now it's just the second half of the story. Well, let me say this. This is only a third of the story. I think there's a big third before this happened that we got to talk about. And then there's the big third about what you're going to do about it for other people. I'm not sure. Do you care about other people? Do you care about them moving forward and doing well? No.
If I don't think there's an what.
I don't care about that. I'm interested in what you're saying.
Every time a phone goes off in this room, I think it's him. Because he makes these weird moaning, groaning noises on occasion. He goes... And the phone, listen, that sounds just like one of his weird groans.
If I don't think there's an what.
I don't care about that. I'm interested in what you're saying.
What does it say about someone when you sound like a phone?
I haven't said anything.
I
have
think-
nothing to say.
I think that what you're on the verge of
And he's got these little fucking gestures as well. Do you see that hand gesture? Where he's just like, this is an inconvenience to me, okay? I am bored in this room. I need to play some video games. And he doesn't care which one, right? It's like any video game. just the, usually with these video game killers like Chandler Halderson, they've got one particular one that they're fucking obsessed with, right? It was Escape from Tarkov, whatever the fuck that is, for Chandler Halderson. That was his big thing. And then Grant Amato was all into the, what was it, Fortnite? Is that a thing? Is that a game? I think it's a game. Rocky Rambo's different. He doesn't care. It could be fucking anything. As long as it's a video game, he's good.
saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's nothing that you could do or say that would erase this. And you're right about that to an extent, Rocky. But one thing that I'm always part of is the aftermath of these things. What goes on with families afterwards and what goes on with people like you afterwards. About how you heal yourself and become somebody who'd never do something like this again. I mean, that's a big part of the question here. Is this going to happen again? And that's part of the question. And if you feel that that's not possible, I'd like to know why. And if you feel like it is possible, how do you think we can deal with it so that it doesn't happen again?
I have nothing to say. Just answer the phone.
You're sorry for what?
Just answer the phone. I have nothing to say.
Is there anything you want to say to your mom?
What?
Is there anything you want to say to your mom?
Nothing specifically. No, you already told it.
Do you want to thank her for giving you such an awesome name? Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam. I mean, that is on his birth certificate. That's on his passport, his driver's license. You know, it's like, that really is his name. Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam.
Yeah, alright.
They're going to, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you love your mom?
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, this is going to be in the media tomorrow.
I don't understand media. What? Oh, media. Oh.
The media.
Oh.
So they're going to hear all that.
Okay.
Is there a message you want to get to them?
I have nothing to say.
Is this going to cause some embarrassment for your family?
Sure it is.
Are you worried about that?
I have nothing to say.
Do you think your parents predicted this?
Good question. Nice question. Do you think your parents predicted this? God, that brings it home, doesn't it? Wow. That really shows her fucking experience. That's you know, she's basically a therapist, right? I mean, very good, Detective Lear.
Because I think when kids have troubles socially or however, the parents sometimes, they know there's something wrong. Did your parents notice there was something wrong when you were young? Hon, I don't know what you think that you're guarding. I don't know what it is. I know you think, I don't know, I think you think if you're mute that this isn't going to go forward or that this doesn't exist. But that's just not true. It is. Period.
What's the procedure?
Well, procedure is easy, you know. We talk. We figure out what happened. We figure out why it happened. And then we can study that and learn from it and help other people.
No, I mean, what's the procedure? You're gonna submit to the court? Like when or and that they will go this thing will go to the media? Or I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I just want to know the.
I want to make sure that everybody sees the whole picture, Rocky, not just this. Can you understand my position? Like, I want to be a humanitarian to you. I want to give you the power to not just have people look at this. That's not fair. There's something else going on, and I'm sure of it. There's something else inside of you. I want to say kid, but you know what I mean? You're so young, Rocky. I have a son your age. I have a son 10 years older than you, too.
Whoa.
You know, like,
Really?
what is happening to you? Help me. I don't want this to happen to my son. Why do you think this happened?
Like say,
I really want you to know something, that I perceive you as a victim in this too. There's 3 lives lost that day. And I know you don't believe me. You're looking at me like, right, lady, whatever. I know that's what you're thinking.
no.
Well, what are you thinking? Share with me. Like, I am being absolutely honest with you.
Yeah. Like, but that's not important here.
What is important to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
This is probably the most personal interest someone has shown to him ever, right? I mean, this is he should be launching on this opportunity. Like,
Tell me what's important to you. It doesn't have to be about this. Tell me what's important to you.
acapella, we've got our brand new coffee alert. Look.
Oh, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then I've been so lonely.
It really fits. I think that should be our thing. That should be our thing. We find whatever movie quote fits the suspect and we play it.
We can't do it all night, right?
I'm here for you, whatever you need. Honey, you can't keep this bottled up. It's not good for you.
Evan, how you doing, Evan? Golfer girl, good to see you.
Is it all the evidence you have? Or is all
Is it all the evidence?
or mostly the highlight already?
That's the highlights, yeah.
Okay.
The DNA under the fingernails is the... Don't need much more than that, right? Yeah.
Take some rest. Have a dinner.
No,
Get some rest, have a
I wanna
dinner.
sit with you. I think you need company.
No, no thanks. Husband? Children? Oh, colleagues. Oh, information. Contacting my relatives.
Relatives. Information. Contacting my relatives. What happened, sir? Okay, sir.
You can't leave it
What
inside
happened?
you.
Problem? Hush. Hello. I don't know why they don't bring him a video game.
Anyway, I could make this end.
Any way I can make this end. I want to play video games. If they said to him, listen, buddy, we've got an Xbox 360 all warmed up next door. We've got a fucking beanbag chair for you to sit in. Any game you like. We're going to give you 60 minutes game time. Just tell us everything. On record, on tape. He'd go for it. There's not a doubt in my mind.
You know, it's not going away. It's not going to end anytime. I mean, this is going to be your life for a little while. But I'll tell you, there's one way to make the anxiety lessen and the guilt lessen, the feelings about it lessen. You can do a lot to make yourself feel better.
Well, I didn't ask about that. I just you stare at me is kind of boring.
You staring at me is kind of boring. She should just slap him. I didn't ask about that.
Well, I guess if I hadn't heard that before, I would be offended, but
Yeah. Heard that a lot, and you're still doing it. Okay. It
well,
works
you know,
anyway.
Rocky, it's just these things. This is very important to me. This is what I do, and those guys are doing all the gathering of this evidence. They're the ones that are hunting to capture the person responsible, and they've done that. They've done their part. And now I'm here more on the social side of things.
Okay.
There's been something terrible in the universe has happened, right? I mean, some kind of stars didn't line up, right? I mean, you have to admit that something has gone terribly wrong.
Of course it is. Someone's being murdered.
Why?
I have nothing to say.
I don't believe that's true. I mean, so many times people say that for a long time, but they regret not taking their opportunity to. And sometimes what's happened is so awful, and that the reason it happened is so awful. The person can't talk about it or doesn't want to talk about it. But those are especially the times, Rocky, when you should talk about it. Because if people understand what's going on with you, they can have empathy for you. They can have some understanding. Your parents will have some understanding, perhaps. And, you know, I can be that conduit to make sure that people know that this file doesn't go forward just with Rocky's DNA is under the victim's fingernails. Rocky's DNA is on the knife. I didn't mention the knife, but there's a knife there and it has your DNA on it as well. It's a little orange knife, like a little ceramic bladed knife. Do you want to see a picture of it?
When they finally get done with him in this room and seize his clothing and glasses, they find on the hinge of his glasses a spot of dried blood from Dianna Ma Jones. I mean, he's got blood on his glasses right here in the room.
It was on the front step.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I want to play video games. I had nothing to say.
Of the house. There's lots of little things like that that I haven't mentioned because they're penultimate to the DNA under the fingernails. Right.
Penultimate. I don't think we should be using the word penultimate here. Let's stick with
It's not as compelling to
something else.
Anybody looking at it.
Afrin,
I'm
hello.
dying to know why you left those blades on the front lawn. What happened? How come the hat is left in the house? Like, I don't know why those things happen. I'm super curious. Was it just so upsetting and you were so full of adrenaline and you were just frantically running around that...
Lady, he was in video game consciousness, okay? It was an altered state of being. Duh.
You just forgot them? Or were you planting them there?
I have nothing to say.
I felt like this scene was so obvious that you were trying for some attention. That's what I thought. I thought you were crying out for attention and saying, I want the world to notice me. But you're making a face like...
I want the world to notice me. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? You know, we see that. What's another one that does that? Another criminal that does that? Well, lots of them, I think.
That's not true, but...
No. Never mind.
Well, tell me. I want to answer your question.
I don't know what you say.
Ask the question, Rocky. It's okay. If I can answer, I will.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is there really the next to kill people to draw attention?
Yeah, there's lots of people who do it. There's like 2 sets of people this week. One in New York and one in, gosh, Alabama or down south. They do it just for attention. And when I saw this scene with some obvious evidence that's obviously going to be full of your DNA, I don't know why it was left there.
I have nothing to say.
I mean, that theory obviously offends you, but I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of what happened there. And without you, I can't really do it. I can only say, I know Rocky's responsible. I know Rocky's going to be charged with murder. That's all I know. Some people do this kind of thing to draw attention because they feel neglected by their parents, they feel neglected by their family, they don't have any friends, they're lonely, and they want some attention. I don't know.
Go out then. Go out. Meet people.
Mom,
Why kill people?
I don't know, you tell me. What is a good reason?
It's getting tired.
What is a good reason, Rocky?
Excuse me.
Because there are good reasons to kill people.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it doesn't make them lawful, but there are good reasons to kill people, right? There's war, and there's revenge, and somebody's sleeping with your wife, and somebody insults somebody else on a very serious level. I don't know. Robbery sometimes is why people do it. I mean, those aren't lawful reasons, but they are reasons. What is the reason?
Come on.
No, you come on. What's the reason for this?
I have nothing to say.
How come? How can you look at that and say, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about me. I know you got my DNA under her fingernails, but fuck her. Who gives a shit about her? Who gives a shit about this guy? I'm good. Like, how is that? Like, how are you doing that? How are you sitting there saying, no thanks? Because that's what it feels like, Rocky. It feels like you're saying, yeah, no, I'm fine. Are you fine?
If my attitude makes you feel bad, I apologize.
Well,
If my attitude make you feel better, I apologize. You have to put a sock in your mouth to do this accent properly, don't you? If my attitude makes you feel better, I apologize. Where Peking duck is always extra crispy. Thank you so much, Evan, for the fabulous super chat. Best damn crime channel. Thanks, Metrics. Thank you, Evan. Great way to support the channel, guys. And also, great way to support the channel is buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics. Links in the description to merch, Patreon, social networks, Buy Me a Coffee, all the best ways to support the channel. Excuse me. Where Peking duck is always extra crispy.
it's not about your attitude making me, I don't know. I don't know if your family is going to be able to shed some light on this, Rocky. I would sure like for you to shed.
Yeah, I'd love to know what they had to say. I mean, supposedly they are soon to be flying in from Hong Kong. You know? Oh, can you imagine that? I mean, how... It's still quite a way, isn't it? I mean, I know it's Vancouver, but it's still going to be, what, a fucking 9-hour flight? All that shit you've got to do in an airport, immigration, baggage, blah, 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 blah. Other people on the plane, screaming fucking kids, you know, and then you're doing it with the stress of, yeah, okay, we're going to go and see what's up with our kid, our fucking video game not playing son, nothing son. He's just been arrested for fucking 2 counts of murder. You know, what a weird fucking journey that would be, huh? And supposedly they're going to be coming in and the police are going to want to give them a pretty extensive interview, I should think, right? What can you tell us about this? Because, I mean, the prosecution's in the bag. I mean, they've got everything they need. The only thing up for debate was whether the sentences are going to be consecutive or not. And they weren't. The judge allowed him to serve the two sentences concurrently. Of course, in Canada, it's life, but with parole possibility after 25 years. And the judge said that 50 years minimum would be unduly long and harsh, and that there is insufficient evidence that Cam would pose a danger to the public in 25 years. Well, I think we should call it at the time, Judge. You know, like, let's put a pin in that one.
Shed some light on it.
I'm afraid you can't get anything.
Well, that's up to you. I mean, it is entirely up to you. Do you visit with your grandmother much?
What?
Do you visit with your...
Hey, yeah, please do leave a like on the video, guys, because we're not doing Adelson case at the moment. Our numbers are down, but we've got to keep those likes up, because the more likes we get, the better the algorithm. The better the algorithm, the more viewers. The more viewers, the better the channel. And then, you know, I mean, we'll have the best channel. I mean, we already do, but more people will know that to be true.
Your grandmother much?
Grandmother? Not often, but not very much.
Toronto? Is that where?
Toronto.
Toronto.
I want you to consider everybody in this thing, Rocky. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a family that cares about you. Imagine the impact of this on them, and knowing that you opted to say, no, I'm good. Nothing to see here. I'm fine. Do you think that, I mean, there's this, which is bad enough. That's done. There's nothing that can be done about that. But now to know that your son sits mute in the face of all this, what kind of boy did they raise? Are you worried about the impact on them that will have? I don't know what your relationship is with them. I mean, some people hate their parents, and so they don't really give a shit if it makes their parents look bad or if it makes their parents look like they raised someone who doesn't care about anybody else. I don't know, but I'm not sure where you're at on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mistakes happen, you know? Even mistakes as awful as this happen. Like I said before, these things, they start out as one thing and they spiral into a big mess. And they're not intended to go like that. That's what I want to believe. I really do want to believe that, Rocky.
Yeah, and the whole thing about him not posing a danger in 25 years. Okay, so this is what we're saying, right? We're going to take this isolated loner introvert and we're going to lock him in a box for a quarter of a century, and we'll see. We'll see. Do we think he's going to get better? I'm not so sure.
This is not what it was supposed to be. And now that it's all said and done, and all the forensic evidence has been collected, that when you have to face your family, your grandmother, that they're going to say, well, that's horrible. At least at the end of the day, he was a man about it, and he did his best to make it up at the end of the day. You can only do what you can do. And I know what you're thinking. I mean, you've expressed it already, that there isn't, you know, you feel like this is such a terrible thing that there's nothing you can do to make it up. Well, there are small things that you can do, Rocky, that are within your power to ease pain for your family ease pain for this family, ease worries of everybody in the community, help people who help young men like you who are going through that period, that awkward period of 22 to 26 where young men feel lost and do bad things. You have a lot of power here to help the future. And I want you to take that step.
Oh, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then I've been so lonely.
Thank you, Neverly. You're such a super lady. Does anyone remember the commercial for that creative drum machine? Oh, is this phone not on silent? God damn it. Okay, now it is. Maybe we should play the video for the creative drum machine. That guy was brilliant. I think he might be Japanese though, I don't remember. I don't suppose that matters. Of course he's Japanese. But it's great.
How about drums? An instrument everybody loves. We have beautiful drums instruments right in the product case. Listen to this. Bass drums, snare drums, crash cymbal, hi-hat when it is closed, and when it is open, a crash cymbal, and small drums called tom-toms. And now, let's learn how to play a rock and roll rhythm. Rock and roll is very simple, just 4 counts, and on every count, play the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's really
and
good,
on the
Amy.
first beat and the third beat, play the bass drum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And on the second and fourth, play the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is rock and roll. Let's play double time for the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play a little faster. Double bass. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fantastic product, the creative product.
He's great.
And you just don't seem like a scary guy to me. How did this happen? What happened to you?
I have nothing to say.
Sure you do. You have a lot to say. Like I said to you earlier, I said, these things, they just don't happen. And inevitably, I mean, I've talked with dozens of people like you who are in this position, Rocky, and the reasons are always so different and so... I can't believe the impact that the person in your shoes has at this stage of the game on healing for the victims, family, healing for the community. I'm not kidding. I talked with a guy once who he'd stabbed somebody to death, and in court, the whole thing went on, and he pleaded guilty, and he had told us what happened, and he was very contrite, meaning he felt bad about what he did. And he did a lot for that family to help them heal and sleep at night. Because when something like this happens to your family, you don't sleep at night. Maybe forever. So you have a lot of power to give people some comfort. I think you owe it to them even. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? When somebody tries to make amends, that it definitely helps people. Do you have anything you want to say to your family?
My family?
Yeah.
You mean you want to contact them?
Yeah. We are
Right?
contacting
Whoa,
them.
whoa, whoa. We've gone way back. Where were we? God damn it.
It's about you. Imagine the impact of this on them.
Or the Ben Franklin clothes.
You just go in. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know. It is exhausting to think about this stuff, Rocky. It is tiresome. But you have to think about your grandmother tonight. And you need to think about your parents. And I don't know if you love them or have a beef with them or not, but you need to give them a gift, which is, my son screwed up, but at the end of the day, he did the right thing. I want to understand this. And I know this isn't all your fault.
Bob, have you not seen the roommate freaking out? He freaks out because the press are on his yard, and he gets violent and smashes their camera. Should we take a pause? Should we just take a brief pause? Okay, we're at 32 minutes and 35 seconds. Let's remember that. Let me write that down. 32, 35. We'll take a brief moment for the roommate video.
Cam was arrested Monday at a rundown house on Granville Street. This man answered the door there this afternoon.
Can you tell us anything about Rocky?
Yeah,
Rambo?
he was a nice guy, and I guess he was up. But get off my property.
As we were leaving, the man attacked us and another TV news crew.
Awful. Break those right now.
Hey, don't do anything! Hey!
I'm leaving, folks. Just let go.
We're leaving!
Calling on you.
I asked you to get off my property.
Hey!
We are off the property.
Like, they were leaving. He was answering questions. The interview concluded. The reporters were leaving, and then he smashed their stuff. Oh.
There's nothing to say.
Rocky, I want you to consider everyone, not just yourself. And really, this is about you too. This isn't just about what your parents are going to have to face to their neighbors and friends. I want them to be able to say, my son is in recovery. He is doing everything right now. He's sorry for what he did. Yes, he screwed up, but we love him, we support him. He's going to do the right thing. And this is what is best for you too. Don't tell me you're sleeping well after that. But the first step into getting back into having a quiet mind is getting this out of you and getting some help with some psychologist or something like that. You can't do this by yourself, Rocky. Like, I'm here to help you tell this story so that people will understand. Hon, you can't let this story be the way it is.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can say.
Well, there's a lot you can say. There's nothing you can say that would bring these people back to life. That's true. But there's a lot you can say to help people feel better, help people move towards forgiving you. That's not going to happen overnight. But today's the first day. Today's your chance. Today's your chance, Rocky. And I know it's painful, honey. I've done this with lots of people and it's painful. But it always makes you feel better.
I'm just tired.
Yeah, well,
I'm just tired.
it's exhausting to hear this stuff. It really, the adrenaline rush of the whole day and then to slowly get the evidence revealed to you is mind-blowing. I get it. That's normal. Absolutely normal. These are the stages that people go through, Rocky, and you're no different than anybody else. the end of the day, everybody does what's best for them. That's the truth. And once the
Julia Garcia
evidence
says, he said he was a nice guy. And then in the spirit of Rocky, he attacked.
is so clear, there is no loss to you. The only benefit is to explain it or to be sorry for it and to do things that can help your parents get over it. And I know you want to do that. I can tell that's bothering you. You have a niece and nephew that are going to see that you did the right thing.
He's just 3 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah, but they're going to grow up.
Yeah.
They're going to grow up, Rocky, and they're going to say, yeah, I got to watch out. I got to be careful. I got to make sure I don't make these same mistakes, because you're going to teach them. And you're going to teach them how to face their mistakes. And you're going to teach them how to be good people by handling this property. And I'm sure that is important.
I'm sure that's exactly how it will work.
I have nothing to say. Just go home.
Sorry. It doesn't work that easily.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think that they can just, that life that you had where you got to say, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm not going to do. I mean, things change. Okay. I'm just going to pop out because apparently they've spoken with your brother.
Okay.
And so I'd like to get some information from him.
Okay.
He disappeared. He's gone back into game consciousness. Oh, she's going to lay up. She's going to make her little collage on the wall now. Yeah, right, Neverly. She's a grizzly. She's a big old grizzly bear. I think they should fly Jim Smith in from Ontario. It's quite likely that Detective Leah knows Jim Smith, huh? She's clearly a veteran. Investigator, detective. She's tall as well, isn't she? Dutch. Those crazy Dutch. You know what they should do? They should put a virtual reality helmet onto Rocky and take him back to the scene where it's all covered in blood and the bodies are in the shower. That's kind of like a video game. The pictures, Scott, are all pictures of the murder scene, pictures of him buying the murder weapons, surveillance pictures, pictures of the car. Pictures of the murder weapons being discarded in the front yard. It's all the evidence. I mean, talk about the fucking dossier technique. Just lay it all out. Lay it all up on the wall, motherfucker. I think Leah could handle him just fine. If he pounced, she'd just like bear claw his ass into the corner of the room. Big old grizzly detective. There's the axe. Sorry, hatchet. Portions when the room is empty and there is no sound are edited out. Okay. Ooh, that was nice. Ripply. Deb H, how you doing? It's a real performance, isn't it? She's like going through it, thinking about what to cover, what to spring on him, thinking about her next bear paw swipe. Crouching Canadian, hidden bear, hidden grizzly. Meanwhile, Rocky is in the other room trying to convince a detective to let him play a video game. I would like to use my cell phone. Play video games. I love it yesterday when they said, "Oh, did you have breakfast this morning, Rocky?" He says, yes. Okay, what'd you have? He goes, soup. Saying that, I'm probably not on much of a different time, what do you call it, pattern system than he is. Sometimes I have my dinner at 8 a.m.
Thanks, Simon.
You got another bottle of water?
I've got one here too.
She said she has a son 10 years older than him. I mean, how old is she? I don't believe that. She doesn't have a 35-year-old son. I mean, she could be at most, 54 years old? Well, I guess. I mean, yeah. She was 19 when she had her son. Maybe. It's pretty young, isn't it?
Lenny?
Okay.
Oh, well, that's good. You'll be fully hydrated. Thanks, you guys. So, a little break. I put some things up so that you can see clearly. Because sometimes I think when I go over the evidence, that in your shoes, like the adrenaline.
I love how she's acting like this is a favor. So I just made this collage of all of the irrefutable evidence that's going to lock you away for the rest of your life. I just did this, so you could see clearly.
It's pumping, and maybe you don't get a chance to absorb it all and understand what's happening. So what I've done is, Rocky, I've put things up so that you can understand how the investigation built and led up to things. Some of these things are out of chronological order because we went backwards in time, like I told you, right? Because what happened was, of course, do you want to come and see these things just so it's clear to you?
I want to.
Oh, come on. It'll make it clear to you, Rocky. Intelligent people want to know what's happening to them.
No, I'm not intelligent.
Yes, you are. Like, you keep saying you're not, hon, but you are. I know you are. But anyhow, at the crime scene, this is what we saw outside, was this knife here. This knife ultimately was analyzed. Swabs were taken off of there by our forensic identification people, and later that was it was found that there was male DNA on there. And when we found that, we didn't know who you were yet, but we had this DNA profile. Also, of course, was the hatchet that was outside in the yard. Here it is where it was sitting, and this was probably what caused you the most difficulty right here, because what our investigators did was they looked at this coding here, and this coding told them that this instrument was bought at Canadian Tire. So off they went to Canadian Tire and said, "Hey, when's the last time you sold this hatchet?" And they said, "Well, right here. Here it is." And not only that, but a hat was sold. That hat right there, a hat similar to that. Anyway, that hat right there was sold, as well as these gloves, similar gloves to these ones. And that was on September the 13th. And of course, we have this person here connected to that purchase. We didn't know who you were yet, but we had this image of you. Here you are making the purchase here. You didn't even wait for your receipt. But anyway, it's a computer system. They keep their own receipt. So we had this image, and what we did was we went into the neighborhood and we just set up surveillance everywhere. And soon enough, one of our very super bright guys said, "There he is." And they followed you to the bank where you used your bank card. And then we went into the bank and said, "Who was that?" And they said, "That's Rocky Cam." So now we had your name. We knew who you were. And so then we could start to investigate who you were, and we followed you back to your house. So we knew where you lived then. So that's how the investigation.
Don't fuck with Vancouver PD, man. They'll get you. They got a real good system.
Got started, and believe me, Rocky, it has just only begun. I mean, we do have overwhelming evidence, but it has only just begun. This backpack here that we see you drop off at Canadian Tire, we later see it in the vicinity of this truck here. I verily believe you drove that truck away from the house, and your image was captured when you locked the truck and the lights came on. There was blood evidence in that truck. I know it looked like you tried to clean it or wipe it or whatever, but there was too much. I'm unclear about exactly where that forensic evidence is going, but the house was full of forensic evidence, so there are certain things that are taking a little longer. So then here we are, we have Rocky Cam, we know who he is. We have evidence at the scene, and we also, you'll notice right here, this is the autopsy report, and here they're taking fingernail clippings from Mrs. Ma Jones. Okay, so we took those fingernail clippings and they analyzed them. And this is the notes from the undercover operator who took your DNA with the bottle when you opened it for her at the grocery store. These are her notes here. You can read them if you like. So we took that DNA and we compared it to the fingernail clipping DNA. And we get this report here that says, that's you. That water bottle was full of the suspect's DNA and it matched what was under the fingernails. You can take this down, Rocky, if you want, and look at it really closely for yourself so you can rest your mind that here it is what it is.
I can't wait to get to the bit where he starts asking how comfortable the mattresses are in jail.
How was your break? Did you have a chance to think?
Nothing to say.
Did you have a chance to think?
Yeah. I was thinking I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight, am I?
I didn't say that. And by the way, Rocky, it's 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7:30 in the evening. I don't want, like, come on. You're 25 years old at 7:30 at night. I think you're okay.
No, I'm not saying I will sleep now. I'm just getting the feelings. I'm just getting the feelings.
It's a lot. And you know what compounds the problem, Rocky, is if you look at that photograph there beside your shoulder there, that's Mr. Jones earlier that evening. You see him? He's all hunched over there. He's got a walker. He's quite disabled. That's another layer to this, that really needs an explanation from you. You know what I mean? Before we were talking, I took a break, Rocky, to go and find out what they learned from your brother, and I want you to know that that is something that we always do, is we always try to find out as much as we can, of course, about somebody, because we're scared and we don't understand, so we try to learn something, right? We do everything we can. We go to Facebook, we go to friends, we go to family, we go to neighbors, and we try to find out what went wrong here. And your brother wanted to pass on that he loved you.
Okay.
Do you love him back?
Of course I do.
Good. The reason I'm asking, you know, Rocky, is that this is a lot for a family to understand. And it's going to be as clear to them as it is to you. And it's going to be painful for them, and I would like to be able to tell them the other half of it, that you're remorseful and that you're sorry about, you know, what you're doing to the family. You need the high.
That's a guilt cough. That is a definite guilt cough. The fucking behavior panel, they'll tell you.
Heimlich?
What?
You need the Heimlich? You don't know what the Heimlich is.
I don't know what happened.
It's when someone's choking, you give them a
No, just
down the wrong pipe. You
He's going to complain about the sandwich again. The turkey was a little dry.
understand where I'm going with that, Rocky, is that this is very painful. This is going to be very painful for a lot of people. And a lot of pain can be alleviated by seeing you do the right thing from here forward. You know what I'm saying? You have you have a big family, really, who's going to be aware of everything. Are you worried about that?
of course I am.
Well, good.
But you're gonna show it anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, that can't be helped. I mean, that is done. I'm sorry about that, but that is done. That is not my doing, hon. If I could go back and save you from all of this, I sure would. I sure would.
Would you put a bullet in his head to prevent him from killing 2 innocent people?
But don't you want to send a message that you aren't, I don't know what. I don't know what your family is going to think. I don't know them. What do you think they're...
Amy, they didn't give him a mental health diagnosis per se. I mean, his lawyer claimed video game consciousness, whatever the fuck that is. Junk science, that's what that is. And the prosecution just said, yeah, he's fucking sicko. Sicko. Yeah, I don't think he's... You know, who knows what's happened to him since. I mean, all goes quiet when they lock the door, don't it?
going to think?
Family don't always know what they think.
Yeah. It's
Especially, I don't even know.
Well, that's good to know, because these things do happen, and the person in your chair often doesn't know why it happened. They often are confused by their own behavior. Some people are even scared of themselves, Rocky. you know, some of them don't even know if they are able to control themselves. I don't know if that's you, but
What do
I want you to tell me what happened. What do you know about why you did this? I mean, if it's confusing to you, just say. I mean, that's all right, that you don't understand every part of it. What started it?
Nothing to say.
Rocky, I know that it's something that you need to get out of you. You need to protect your family from the next parts of this, and you know, I don't mean that, you know, I just don't know what you need to make you understand that there's a lot of people that are going to be affected by what you do here tonight. Like your grandmother and your parents. And you know, there's a lot you can do. I know you feel like it's a hopeless situation and it doesn't matter what you do and you feel like, fuck. But you don't understand this yet because you're in the pit of it and you're in the muck of it. But these things are very helpful to people to know that you've tried to fix it the best you could, even though it's big. But you've tried. At least you've tried.
I know you're trying, but I really couldn't say anything.
Well, Rocky, that is certainly your choice. But I really think when you face all of this, that down the line when you are facing this for real, you're going to be wishing you'd handled it like a man at the time. And tomorrow when you're on the phone with your parents, you can be genuine when you say, I'm sorry, I did what I could. I mean, that's the important part now. People want to know why you did this. And maybe you don't know completely why. But there was some trigger, there was something that happened. And I don't know if you had been experiencing some problems for some time in your own head. I don't know. Help me with that. Help me to understand it, Rocky.
I really have nothing to say.
How can that be, Rocky? How can that be?
You don't trust that so well.
Yeah, this came up yesterday, certified fraud examiner. I see 0 Asperger's. 0.
I assume.
How I don't trust what?
I have nothing to say.
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
You have lots to say. You look like you are full of things to say. Your face is twisted and you are anxious and you feel sick. I can see it in your face.
Many people feel sick in police station. And while they are being charged and murdered.
Yeah, it's big. I don't know what your plan is. What is your plan? I mean, the police side of it is kind of done. I mean, they're going to continue to investigate. For instance, there were quite a few pools of blood outside as the suspect left. I don't know if that's just from dripping from the victim's blood, or if that's your blood, I don't know what that is, but they're continuing to investigate that to find out what blood that is. I saw you look at your wrist just now. Is that where it was injured?
No, I'm just thinking the police earlier asked me about something about scars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is my only scar.
What is? I don't even see a scar.
Yeah, it's because it's very long time ago.
Okay.
It's like, and I was, what, grade 7?
I see a scar here. And here.
Is it a scar?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you think it is? Looks like a fingernail scratch to me. Where were you bleeding?
Hmm?
Where were you bleeding?
Clean?
Bleeding? Blood? You were bleeding when you left that place.
What?
Well, you were scratched. I know that because Miss Ma Jones had your DNA under
There's
her.
nothing I could say.
Rocky, you know, you can't put your head in the sand. I don't want this to be the way this ends. You know, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine what your grandmother is going to think of this.
Yeah.
Don't you want to relieve some pain for her? This is a big machine, and it's going to keep on going. We're going to keep gathering evidence, and it's not going to get easier or better. What can get easier and better is how your family feels about it, helping for them to heal, helping them to understand you, having them know that while you did screw up, you did the right thing. I'm not kidding, Rocky. It's a big deal to come forward after something awful. It's hard. What I'm asking you to do takes a lot of bravery. And I know that. And that's why I'm being very patient, and I'll sit with you as long as you need me to. But it takes a lot of bravery to come forward and regret and be remorseful for what you did. What's so funny?
No, nothing is funny. Just,
No.
I don't know how to remember what the English of that, but how to say that? Well, it's not because I smile because, not because it's funny. I can do nothing about that. I could only sitting here and listen to you, wait until you, well, lose your patience.
I'm never going to lose my patience.
Yeah. Or you feel sleepy. Anyway.
Really, Rocky? That's what you're thinking here? In the face of all this, that's what you're thinking about? I'm just going to wear this woman out. Who cares? Do you care so little about what has happened here? Do you care so little about what people are going to think of you?
I'm being charmed.
She's good.
Exactly.
I really like Detective
Let's start treating it like it's a serious situation, shall we? For you to sit there and go, I'm going to wait for this woman to get sleepy. What? Really? That's your reaction to this?
I don't want to do that.
Do what?
Like, disrespect you, but
Well, you're not disrespecting me, my friend. You're disrespecting these people. You're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting your parents and your grandparents and your brother. That's who you're disrespecting.
Hey, she's turning into a Kodiak. I think we're on the way to full grizzly.
But mostly yourself. I'm gonna sit here and wait till this woman gets sleepy. Yeah, I've axe-murdered 2 people. I'm good.
I'm good. I ex-murdered 2 people. I'm gonna wait for this woman to get sleepy. Hey, Pinto. Hey, Ryden. Hey, I got a good one for you, Ryden. Look. Brand new coffee announcement.
Oh, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then I've been so lonely.
It just fits. It fits Rocky Rambo to a T.
Is that what you're doing, Rocky? Come on. This old man right here is in a walker. What? There, you gotta explain that. That's gross.
He axe-murdered an old man in a fucking Zimmer frame walker.
Gross. He was an elderly, old drunkard in a walker. Why?
Who was drunk.
Did you do this? Why would you do this? You gotta explain it. And if it's something that's going on inside of you and you're sorry about it, let's hear it. Because right now you look pretty cold. I'm gonna wait for this woman to get tired. I don't really care. I'm laughing through this whole thing. I'm grinning away. I don't really care. I don't care what my grandmother's gonna go through. I don't care what these people's kids and families gonna go through. I'm good. I don't care that I'm a 25-year-old able-bodied man and that old guy is in a walker. I don't care. What was that? Are you implying you're out of shape? Like, so it's a fair fight? Is that what that was?
What did he do? I missed the visual.
Did you do this? Why would you do this? You gotta explain it. And if it's something that's going on inside of you and you're sorry about it, let's hear it. Because right now you look pretty cold. I'm gonna wait for this woman to get tired. I don't really care. I'm laughing through this whole thing. I'm grinning away. I don't really care. I don't care what my grandmother's gonna go through. I don't care what these people's kids and families gonna go through. I'm good. I don't care that I'm a 25-year-old able-bodied man and that old guy is in a walker. I don't care.
Oh,
What was that? Are you implying you're out of shape?
she's basically calling him a massive pussy.
Like, so it's a fair fight? Is that what that was? Oh, look at me, I'm fat, I'm out of shape. So it's a fair fight for this old man? I don't think so, man. Is that really what you're bringing to the table? I'm an out of shape gamer, so it's a fair fight. No. It's disgraceful.
Oh, she's gone from Kodiak, now we're up to American Brown. We're on our way to Grizzly, full Grizzly. And by the end of it, she's just a fucking polar bitch. King of the mammals.
Yeah, this guy's a real asshole. Do you know who this woman was? She worked at the woman you killed. Do you know who she was?
I didn't kill anybody.
She worked at GF Strong. And she helped people like this lady here recover. She was an occupational therapist. While not very many people had many good things to say about him, this lady who was a They called her a...
Oh,
she's a
Chief
hero
Gunderson
of
then.
medicine. She won more.
You were such a super lady. And then
You're such a
I've been
super
so
lady.
lonely.
Hey, Ride-in Shotgun, you're such a super lady. Thank you for the coffees, Ride-in.
Multiple awards for the help that she'd given people. Did you know that?
I have nothing to say.
Rocky, did you know who she was? Why did you do that to her? People want to know. If something happened between you and him and she walked in on it, because I know that's how it happened. I know she came home with the groceries and pow. I think she was unexpected to you. I don't think you meant to hurt her.
I don't know about that. I heard that he was waiting outside. She got back with the groceries and left the trunk of the car open. So he knew she was coming back to get more stuff out of the car, then bust his way in. But I don't know where I heard that or how anyone would know.
But I'm only guessing. I want to hear it from you. Was she unintended? Did you not expect her to come home? That makes a big difference, you know. Well, that guy is old. He was a jerk. I could see you having a conflict with that man, and I'd understand that. But if this was unintentional, that's important. That's an important part of the story. That's important, Rocky, and you know it. It's one thing for two men to go to battle, but this tiny lady, how do you explain that? I don't think that you thought she was going to be there. I think that was a mistake. Am I right?
I have nothing to say.
Come on, Rocky. Look at this woman.
You are insulting me.
I'm what? Say that again?
I have nothing to say.
What did you say earlier?
I have nothing to
Something about insulting you? Is that what you said? I'm insulting you? By implying that I want an explanation for why you killed this tiny lady? Elderly lady?
You're implying that I insulted you by calling you a massive bitch?
You're 25 years old, Rocky. Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Rocky? Was she accidental? There's all kinds of evidence that supports the idea that you didn't intend for her to be home. That would mean a lot to me if that was not your intention, to kill that lady. What was her role in this thing? What was her role in this thing, Rocky? It's okay if you don't understand it yourself, you know. Because so far I don't really see why you do it. I don't understand the motive. They're not rich people. They don't have stuff. They live modestly.
Grant Amato was his name, Bob, from accounting. Out of Chulioto, Florida. And it was a Bulgarian, not a Romanian.
I think there was something wrong with you. And you felt confused by it
See,
yourself at the time.
Neverly Darlin knows. What was that Serbian cam model?
I'd sure like to understand it. I'd like to be able to explain it to people. People like her family.
Bob, I think we're going to come back to Grant. It's such a good interrogation. I just think we should go through the whole story again, more comprehensively. You know, great court case too. You know, 2 stages to it. You got the guilt phase, the death penalty. You know, I mean, real good, and very fiery prosecution. Those guys are mad. Good witnesses, but the interrogation as well. I mean, it's fantastic, and not altogether dissimilar to what we're seeing. Well, it is dissimilar, but you know, they in the sense of they do not succeed in getting him to confront the issue at hand. You know, Rocky here's main catchphrase is, "I had nothing to say." And Grant says something quite similar. He says, "There's nothing else I can really say."
People like your family.
Oh, Amy, you're in for a treat. We'll come back to it soon, maybe this week.
There's no...
We gotta build up on this kind of video game, virtual world, cam model murder theme. You know, all of these guys that are just a little bit detached from reality. You know, there's a common thread through all of them.
No downside to this for you. Let me just have you look around the room one more time. There's no downside for you to say, whatever the reason was, I needed money, so I went in there. I have no idea. I was having I just lost it. That man was rude to me, and he pissed me off, and I was just gonna do whatever. I don't know what the reason is, Rocky, but there's absolutely no downside to you telling me what that reason is. None. Because everybody knows that you did it. Everybody knows that you went in there. Everybody knows that you went into that store 2 weeks before and bought what we call as a kill kit. Without an explanation from you, that's...
Well, at Canadian Tire, all they sell is kill kits, all right? You know, it's the kill kit store.
a kill kit. There's no downside to talking about your feelings about this, that you feel sorry, that you wish you could go back, that that lady was an accident, that you didn't want her to be involved. I'd like to hear that from you. There's no downside, Rocky. All there is would be documenting the fact that you have empathy, that you're taking the first steps towards being somebody who would never do this again. There's no downside. Do you hear what I'm saying, Rocky? That there's no downside?
I hear every word.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Because the evidence is so overwhelming, and it's just going to build and build and build, because this is the kind of case that will take an entire team of forensic identification people. They'll be working on this case for months and months and months. There's so much blood. They'll be working on that case for months and months and months. I mean, if this went in a way that you did not intend, there's no way you intended to leave that on the front lawn. You must have been panicked, Rocky. I can't explain that. It's so obvious, and it seems as if you were leaving the one thing that we needed to find you. It was just that axe, right? That's what led us to you. And you left it on the front lawn. Why did you do that? Like, it's going around in my head that you did it because you wanted to be caught. I don't know.
Yeah, or he could just be a fucking idiot. Right? I mean, it's 50-50 for me.
Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. Sometimes when people are in distress and they do something terrible and they need some help, they do something drastic like this because they're reaching out and they need help and they need to be tucked away. They want to go to jail. That's how this case feels like to me. There's just so much evidence.
Is that really it? I mean, you you can't get a job. You couldn't find a job in all of Alberta. You moved to Vancouver. You gave $1,000 cash to some fucking guy on the street who said he had an apartment that he didn't show you pictures of. And you're just like, well, if I go to jail, there won't be any video games, but at least, you know, I don't have to do anything. I think you know, we see that time and time again. It seems like the most bizarre thing to do for anybody. But it's just like, okay, I'm going to check out of society now. I think to some extent, Jodi Arias was like that, right? I mean, she just owed everyone money. Travis was fucking moving to Cancun with some fit Mormon. You know, and she was just working in the Margaritaville. You know, working at the Chinese restaurant or whatever. Not Chinese restaurant. Mexican restaurant. She was just like, well, if I get away with it, that'll be cool. But if I don't, I don't know. Who knows what Jodi was up to? We've got to go through her plan at some point. We've got to do a point-by-point breakdown of the Jodi Arias master plan. Because it was extensive, wasn't it? When you think about it, the layers. I mean, not great in its totality, but quite, you know, what is the word? It had some depth to it. As shit as it was, it seemed like it took quite a while to work out.
I mean, heck, this thing happened 5 blocks from your house or something.
Yeah, 5 blocks from his house, like a mile from his house.
That.
Does anyone know Marpole, the district in Vancouver? Is that like a Chinese area?
Did you want to get caught?
I have nothing to say.
Did you want to get caught, Rocky? Why did you leave those things there? Like a calling card. It feels like you're just screaming out for help with this thing. Like you wanted to tell everybody you're the most terrible person ever, like I've been hearing you say all night in here. I'm not smart, I'm not this, I'm not in good shape. And this was just another thing for you to reassure everybody that you were terrible.
I can't say I'm handsome, right?
What?
I couldn't say I'm handsome, right?
You
Handsome? What?
couldn't?
That's...
What is he talking about?
Well, just an example. Why would I, brag myself?
Why would you brag on yourself? Well, you shouldn't brag on yourself, but you don't have to beat yourself up.
To interpret it that way. I never meant that.
Oh, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then I've been so lonely.
I've been so lonely. You're such a super lady. Sally is a super lady. Sally says, what does Sally say? Rocky Rambo, come on and answer the question we want to know. It's okay, buddy. I hate my name too. And it rhymes. I think you've got a great name, Mr. Pinto Peabody. Bracket Sally, close bracket. Thank you for the coffees, Pinto.
I think a bad opinion of yourself is part of why this happened.
Yeah, I'll say, fucking... What is he on about being handsome for?
I think you can work on that stuff. And you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, start from somewhere that's maximum security.
Gotta start today. I mean, it'd be nice for you to be able to say you're brave, because what I'm asking you to do takes bravery. To face people and say, I am desperately sorry. I will do everything in my life from this day forward to try to repair this. I know I can't do that. There's 2 lives lost, but I'm going to do everything in my life from this day forward to try to make this up in some way. Do you understand the power of that, Rocky? Do you understand the power of what I'm saying? If you take this date and go forward telling everybody who knows you and is involved in this.
Chandler, half a son. Is that intentional? Because he is half a son, isn't he? No good fucking non-son. Nonsense son. No, he pretended to throw himself down some stairs.
I'm going to do everything I can to make this right. As right as I can. I don't see the downside in doing that, Rocky. It just makes people have faith. I want to ask you about this backpack and this sweatshirt.
Oh, Chief Gunderson then. You were such a super lady. And then I've been so lonely.
Amy is a super lady. Everybody's a super lady. Thank you, Amy, for the coffees. Jodie's plan. We've got to go through Jodie's plan. I'm going to start collecting some images, laying it all out, thick and clear.
Okay. I mean, you don't seem like a guy to me with a lot of clothes.
I'd pay good money to see Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam karaoke his ass all over right place at the wrong time. Man, what a tune. What a fucking great song that is. You know he loves karaoke.
In a lot of things. Somebody who has money and stuff. Where are those things today? Obviously you like them.
Why can't we fucking play Dr. John on this channel? They're gonna copyright my ass. I'm not even sure that fucking this Fargo soundbite is gonna red flag my channel. I want to play Dr. John right now with a picture of Rocky Rambo.
See you in those clothes on that day, on the 13th. We see you in those clothes the night of when those people died. How come you don't have them anymore? Where are they? Give them away? I don't know. What's your plan? Do you care about what your family is going to do with all this? When they see this lady, who probably could be your grandmother, maybe not quite old enough.
Well, she was 65.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I wish we could have some understanding of why this happened. I mean, this is what people are going to wonder about. Your hat is right here. This isn't even the worst of it, is it? Rocky, does this make you feel anything? Honey, like, really? How do you think that's going to make your people feel? If you don't understand it yourself, it's okay, you know. I've said that to you.
What's this? There are two Dr. Johns? I don't know. I'm thinking about the jazz man.
Before, but I mean, I don't know how you're looking at that and just, you're shrugging it off. How are you doing that? You feel anything? Do you feel any regret about that? You don't?
She is just torturing him. Nothing to say.
Ha 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 ha.
Sorry.
That is a bad habit, my friend. You look at this. This is a bad habit.
Yeah. I have nothing to say.
Why not? There is absolutely no downside
What do you want to know?
whatsoever.
What do you want to know?
I want to know why you went in there.
There's something I can't say.
Yes, there's tons you can say.
Well, he's close, isn't he?
Tell me how you feel about it today.
About what?
About this.
I think that's pictures of the bodies, maybe, right?
You asked.
Because when the cops got in there, there's blood all over the place and drag marks, bloody drag marks, and the bodies were in the shower. Richard Jones was in the shower, and Dianna Ma Jones was on top of him, and the shower was running, and the shower attachment was like spraying water into Richard's face. The cop said the room was full of steam when he went in. He could just see the outline of the bodies on the floor. So, pretty rough scene, I guess, yeah?
Ask me what I want to know. And I'm asking you, I want to know how you feel about it today. How do you feel about it today? You asked me what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
I couldn't say anything.
I know that you feel that way, and I appreciate you sharing that. That you feel this is so overwhelming that there's nothing you can say to make it up. I totally.
No, there's just nothing I could say.
I know, there's nothing you can say to make this up, Rocky.
Come on.
I want you to look at that hoodie, that backpack. Where is that today? I know you had that with you that night. We're able to see it on the video of you walking away back through the houses and whatnot. We see that backpack. I know you had it that night. Where is it now? Why would you get rid of that? Doesn't seem like anything you'd get rid of. Seems like you had it weeks and weeks ago. Where is it now? Doesn't really make sense in the world that you'd get rid of it unless it was full of blood. Sweatshirt, same thing. The reason I'm telling you that, Rocky, is that they, of course, have searched your house, and I told you that they would. There's a search warrant, and they're not finding any of that stuff. Rocky, when you say there's nothing that you can say about this, I know that it looks overwhelming and it feels overwhelming, and it is in terms of evidence and proving that you did this thing. You're very right about that. But I want you to talk to me about what happened. There's absolutely no reason not to try to garner some understanding and some empathy from people. If you just flipped out, let me hear it. Let me understand what you were thinking about. This opportunity is going to come and go. You know that? You are not going to have another opportunity to apologize. You are not going to save yourself from a murder charge by staying and not explaining this. This is it. The evidence is overwhelming. There is no downside. These chances come and go. And the way I don't want this to go forward the way it is, Rocky. It's too ugly. You just don't seem wicked to me. You seem, I don't know, like a normal lost kid. Is there something else going on I don't know about? Was it mistaken identity? You went there looking for somebody else? There's just Rocky, I don't know if you're seeing clearly or if you understand how terrible it looks. An explanation would go a long way to assuage fears and make people feel better. I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions that we're going to answer, like about where that backpack is and where that sweatshirt is. We usually find those things. I mean, we don't need them. Look around you. I don't know what's holding you back. I don't know what your fear is. I don't know what you think will happen if you tell me what went on or why this happened. I don't know what you think is going to happen. The sky isn't going to fall.
He is working to keep it in, isn't he? I mean, but he's under no illusion about the consequences that are coming, I don't think. I mean, I don't think he's hoping to get off. So what is he? He doesn't want to confront himself, or what? Why is he holding back?
Your brother said he loves you no matter what.
He loves you.
I think your mom and dad and your grandmother would be less embarrassed, I guess, if you were honest. I know there's that pride thing, and that, it doesn't matter, that's going to be dashed a little bit. But in order for them to be able to say, well, at least we raised a son who is going to face his mistakes like a man, address something, do something for himself for a change, be independent.
Would that really make a difference?
Save the family that part of the embarrassment. Rocky, do you know what I mean? I'll help you tell this story. Not going to leave you here to feel it alone,
He did speak with a lawyer who would have told him to shut the fuck up, yeah.
I can tell that you want to talk about this. I really can. And I really can assure you that you're going to feel better when you get it out, Rocky. A lot better. I mean it. I'm going to help you tell this so that it helps people, like their families. Okay? You're just looking at me like you're not sure, but you know what? You have to admit that from the start to the finish, I've told you the truth. And I'm telling you the truth when I'm telling you that I'm going to help this part of the story go into the file, and it's not just this stuff in the file. Okay, Rocky, I promise you I will do that. I'll tell this story exactly the way you want me to tell it. I can tell you're torn in half inside, and it's a difficult decision, but there is no downside. I've said it 100 times. When a case is this complete, I don't know what you're protecting. What do you think will happen if you talk about this? Rocky, when people see something like that and they don't understand it and the person doesn't reach out and try to be understood, it just creates fear. I don't know if that's what you wanted at the end of the day, was to be feared by your family and your neighbors. I don't know if that was ultimately what you're after. I feel like you wanted to be known because you made it so obvious, but what is it that you wanted? Can you tell me what you
Bob,
wanted?
yeah, good one.
I have nothing to say.
You asked me earlier what I wanted to know. Tell me something you'd like me to know.
Wow, that was a speedy departure.
So what Brian just told me is that our investigators just returned from Calgary, and they were
Whoa.
talking.
What is
with your
going on?
Brother. What do you call your brother? Toddy?
Yeah.
So this.
Also,
Toe?
yeah.
Okay.
Toad?
Well, he obviously cares about you a lot. He agreed to come in and talk.
Yeah, we spoke to Toad. and he told us everything.
With the police. He said it took you a little bit longer to get your degree, but you had to learn English at the same time. So that's sort of
Correction, he learned English.
Understandable.
No, actually, my English is very fine at that time. But it just is, unless you guess what was the house, got 7.0 points, or otherwise you need to take some, I don't know, EAP course, that kind of stuff. Just
Okay.
what it required.
Okay. What do you think of this?
What the others.
Yeah, just that your brother has come in to talk about you. He said that you were born in Hong Kong and you came to Calgary when you were 18. That your mom is a Canadian citizen. And that your sister came to Canada before him. And that you finished high school in Hong Kong. He doesn't report that you have any health problems. He said you had a sore shoulder after the crash last year, but it's not lingering. He says you like to stay home and play video games. I guess we've already confirmed that.
Yeah, I guess we can take that as fucking written, right? Yeah, that's a checked fact. Rocky, video games, loves them. Toad told us everything. Okay.
With your mom, and they didn't have a temper. It says in here that your grandmother is 92.
92.
Oh, she's 93.
I guess your mom is out visiting with her now. And so the investigators are heading out to Toronto soon.
Toronto?
Anyway, there's other notes, but your brother had a message for you. Do you want to hear it? Listen carefully because this computer's speakers aren't very loud.
Toad's gonna speak.
And if he knows anything about this? No, because if he knows anything, tell the police. But tell the police.
Yeah, he wants you to tell the police the truth. Does that have any impact on you, Rocky?
I'd want a bit more context. What was said before and after? If he knows anything, talk to the police.
I really have nothing to say.
Hon, that's not true. You have everything to say. I want you to feel better. I want you to do well after this. I don't want this to be the only thing in your life that defines you. You know what I mean? A lot of people are involved in things that they're horrified by, and they change their lives. It's a line in the sand, and they change their lives, Rocky, and you can do that too. This doesn't have to be the only thing that we think of you. Do you understand that? That there's still hope and there's still a chance for you to make something good come out of this? Your family's watching what you do from here forward.
License plates.
Your grandmother's
license
watching
plates.
what you do here forward. Come on, Rocky, you got to do the right thing. I don't understand how how this is difficult. It's very simple. It's very easy, actually. There is only one right thing to do.
I have nothing to say.
So, Rocky, one more time then. Why is your DNA on this knife outside the house where these people were killed? Can I have an explanation for that?
I have nothing to say.
Rocky, I want you to notice that there's an image of you here at the Canadian Tire, and you are buying a hatchet, a pair of gloves, and a hat. The hatchet and the hat are at the house, the exact same make and model as you bought, and the same hat that you bought, same brand, same logo, same everything, is at the house where those people were killed. Do you have an explanation for that?
I have nothing to say.
This is the very hat rack where you chose that hat from, where you tried it on.
It was a real stupid hat as well, with a duck on it. It just said Canada and a picture of a duck on the hat.
Forehead on the brim of it. All of this analysis is yet to be done.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm sure you don't, love. I'm sure you don't. That's the easy way out.
I'm just changing phrase. I have nothing to say.
Fine. So, can you explain why that hat, that is the same type of hat that you bought 2 weeks before this incident, is under the table with Mr. Jones' blood on it, the dead man's blood on it? Do you have an explanation? Do you have an explanation for this, Rocky? Maybe you were over there mowing their lawn and all your things were left behind after you did some gardening. Were you there at that house? Do you have an explanation for this hat? Rocky, do you have an explanation for the hat? Do you have an explanation for the hat, Rocky? It was found under the kitchen table with Mr. Jones' blood on it. These were similar gloves to the ones that you bought right here on September 13th. These little rubber knobs on these gloves left patterns on the wall in blood. Do you have any explanation for that, Rocky? No? You're good? Nothing to say? Okay. Those images are clear as a bell. They're clear as a bell. Your backpack was even left here. We even have images of that, clear as a bell. That backpack is seen later in the neighborhood, walking away from that car. Do you have an explanation for that? If you have one, it'd be nice to hear it now. It doesn't really make sense if you have an explanation that could explain that, you know, this has nothing to do with you. Now would be the time, wouldn't it? No?
Right in shotgun, the maximum, every life sentence in Canada, you know, the maximum without parole, that, how do you know, it's always the opportunity for parole after 25 years. Even Colonel Russell Williams was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 20 years. Of course, it will not be granted, but that's just how they do the sentencing. It's always got the opportunity after 25 years. There's no such thing as life with no parole in Canada, I believe.
This hatchet here, it's the exact same make and model that you bought
Good
on
night, Bob.
September the 13th. Sitting outside of the residence, blood all over it. Do you have any explanation for that, Rocky? No? This is your receipt. You didn't take the copy at the time, but this is your receipt from September 13th that shows the items that you bought, being the hatchet, gloves, and hat. Thank you.
He's
Hold
helping.
on. This is the car that belongs to Mrs. Ma Jones. This is the car that was driven around the neighborhood and rifled through, and then the headlights came on. Just lit everything up beautifully for our video camera. Do you have any explanation for why your image might be on that video?
Huh? What? He was driving the car, and then the headlights came on and lit everything up for their camera. What camera?
Cold as ice, eh?
I just don't want to repeat. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
I'm tired.
Thank you.
I love how she switches the mood up, right? One minute it's like, I want you to do well after this, Rocky. I want you to get something out of this for your life, Rocky. You know, this can be your bottom. This can be your bottom. It's only the only way is up, Rocky. And then it's like, cold as ice, motherfucker. You know? She's great. Just sends him on a fucking roller coaster. Because that's the other thing that's different about Canada. When you say, I don't want to talk, I want a lawyer, in the States, they have to conclude the interview, right? They have to back off and get out. Canada, they can keep asking you questions all day. You just don't have to answer them. But they can sit you there and make you have questions and pressure and, yeah.
This is an image of Mr. Jones earlier in the day before he died.
Oh, you want to see an image of Mr. Jones? Look at this fucking old man. There he is. Yeah, it was a fair fight. Yeah. Yeah, I had the axe, but he had his walker that he could have beaten me to death with. We both had weapons.
Hunched over. Walker. Do you have an explanation why you killed this old man?
I have nothing to say.
This is the report from the autopsy where they took the fingernails off Mrs. Ma Jones. Is there any reasonable explanation for why Mrs. Ma Jones would have your DNA under her fingernails? Is there any reason why that would happen? Are you lovers? Thought not.
How are you? May I ask, how are you?
How am I?
Yeah.
Perfect. What does that mean, how are you?
How are you? Just asking your age. Sorry.
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 50.
Oh.
Why do you want to know?
Just want to know.
You're 50 with a 35-year-old son? I knew that was bullshit.
How long have you been in the police department?
27 years.
Oh, that's
It is
Yeah, longer than you've been alive, Buster.
long, isn't it? I'm going to tell you how long it is, Rocky. It's been a very long time when somebody is faced with something like this, that someone opts to sit coldly and offer no apology, no remorse, no.
If I say, what? You're gonna release me?
No, it isn't about that. Don't you understand that after all this conversation, you're not being released? No matter what.
I know.
You've killed 2 people, man. You're not going anywhere. This isn't about being released. This is about helping other people.
Well, can I play video games?
But you don't care about that. That's all I've been talking about all night, is you helping other people. You've done enough to hurt other people, that's for sure. But you're just sitting there coldly. I don't have anything to say. I don't really give a
good.
shit.
You're not me.
No, I certainly am not. Because you know the difference? I have empathy for other people, and I care
Yeah.
about it.
And I also have a dick. So, you know, you and me, we're different.
You're not being charged for murder.
I didn't kill anybody either. That's the difference, man. How you sit there coldly, I don't understand it, because it doesn't seem to be the person that your brother describes.
What does Toad know?
I'm telling you, Rocky, I've been in this room tons of times with tons of people.
He had Toad
and with people
fooled.
who've done worse things than you. And when they see the writing on the wall and they know the jig is up, I'm caught, I'm done. There's DNA, there's video, there's every kind of evidence that there is, they finally do the right thing. They always do the right thing, almost without exception. You, sir, are an exception. In the face of all of this, you're choosing
He's certainly an exception.
to stay back, not help anybody. And you sit there and you pretend I don't understand something, but you won't tell me what it is I don't understand. So that's kind of passive-aggressive or something. I don't really understand what you're doing. Playing games is what I think. You just playing games, Rocky? Is that what it is? Like, this whole thing seems like a big game to you. You're laughing all the way through the interview here in the face of incredible amounts of gore and harm that you've caused, and you don't even seem to take it seriously. You're just giggling away there.
Because that's not laughing.
Oh, I don't know what it is. You're sure not explaining it. We're just left with what we see. And it's not an empathetic person.
Yeah.
It's not normal for you to be so cold. I don't get it.
What do you want?
I want you to tell me the truth, Rocky. That's all. It's easy. It's simple. It makes sense. Just tell me the truth. Do you regret it? Do you feel sorry?
So I think there's a good chance Rocky Rambo, is born in the year of the monkey. And Google tells us that monkeys are lively and sprightly, which tends to lead to their impatience. When things develop in unexpected ways, they appear to be irascible, fussy, and upset. Sometimes they are not willing to listen to others' advice or ideas. A stubborn personality influence their original judgments and decisions. They lack enough prudence when something fails. When having some small successes, they are always satisfied with current conditions. Being short of long-range plans, they often get into trouble on their way to success. Interesting.
No? You don't regret it? You don't feel sorry?
Okay, Neville is a monkey, so that means we have to read the positive traits as well. Strengths: brilliant, independent, honest, cordial, and positive. People born in the year of the monkey, according to the Chinese zodiac, always have enviable abilities and wisdom. Their skills and smart ideas can be seen by others when they are very young. A sharp foresight and a unique perspective promote their development in every aspect. Other people are always amazed at their accurate intuition and predictive powers. If there is an established goal, they apply strong actions to achieve it. A strong curiosity causes them to want to bravely try everything interesting. All bark and no bite is not their lifestyle. They win a high popularity among others because of their amicability and kindness. They always try their best to help others in daily life. An upbeat attitude always influences them and everyone around them. Good job, Neville, darling.
so simple to give people that amount of comfort, that little tiny step. It's such a simple thing to give people, and you won't even give them that. I don't know.
Amy, you are an ox.
Understand.
And riding, I think you're a rooster. It's 1963, isn't it? What's this? More evidence.
Anything?
We're not done yet, Rocky.
This is your chance. What do you want to say? What do you want to say, Rocky?
He wants to say the fucking New England Patriots rule.
Tell me what you want to say. I can see that you're feeling something.
I can't remember what happens at the end, Neverly. But we've got quite a way to go, believe it or not.
This is your chance, Rocky. If you want to say something, I would suggest that you say it. What is it? What is it? What do you want to say about this, Rocky? I don't want you to walk out of here today saying, frick, I blew my chance to explain anything or apologize for anything or express some remorse, Rocky. What do you want to say about this, Rocky? What do you want to say? You know, Rocky, I can sit there and I can feel that you are feeling something. I can see that you're emotional. Why aren't you taking this chance to at least express remorse? Maybe today you're not ready to talk about the whole ugly story, but at least say you're sorry. For what? You're an animal.
Oh, Leah's pissed. Apparently he said something to the effect of, "This is stupid, I didn't kill anybody," in Cantonese there.
So, Rocky, you were interested in the process, and so you're...
What is he? He's a meth cook now.
Going through it now. So what they're going to do is they're going to wait for a wagon
He could be in a fucking hip-hop group.
to show up, and they're going to take you off to jail, where they'll do some formal processing there, and then ultimately probably tomorrow you'll go out to another facility. Okay?
Can I have anything to eat? I don't have anything to eat.
Pardon me?
I have anything to eat? Hey man, we gave you a chicken sandwich that took you 6 hours to eat. Okay, you should be good for a month. Turkey, whatever.
Have anything to eat?
Yeah, what would you like?
Dinner.
Well, I'll get you
Dinner.
a snack for now, and
You have anything to eat? Yeah, you can have something to eat. What would you like? Dinner.
have to see if the jail will have something for you there.
Yeah, we got spaghetti and potatoes ready to go, man.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Tape?
Yeah, that's yours, right?
Yeah. This is my room. Yeah.
Do I need to bring this?
You don't have to, but it belongs to you. If you'd like to take it, you can.
Can I don't think I keep it in jail, right?
Well, they'll have a little bag for your effects, so you can take it. Yeah, your lawyer might want to see that. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
I think you take that back.
Pardon?
You could take that back.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, Rocky, well, good luck to you.
What did he say?
Okay.
Let's see the whole thing again. What would you like? Dinner. He's probably upset because they just strip searched him and it took them half an hour to locate his
都冇殺，代表咩唔住？
Come on in, Rocky. So, Rocky, you're interested in the process, and so you're going through it now. So what they're going to do is they're going to wait for a wagon to show up, and they're going to take you off to jail, where they'll do some formal processing there, and then ultimately, probably tomorrow, you'll go out to another facility. Okay?
Can I have anything to eat? I don't have anything to eat.
Pardon me?
Have anything to eat?
Yeah, what would you like?
Dinner.
Well, I'll get you a snack for now, and you'll have to see if the jail will have something for you there. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Tape?
Yeah, that's yours, right?
Yeah. This is my room. Yeah.
Do I need to bring this?
You don't have to, but it belongs to you. If you'd like to take it, you can.
Can I don't think I keep it in jail, right?
Well, they'll have a little bag for your effects, so you can take it. Yeah, your lawyer might want to see that. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
I think you take that back.
Pardon?
You could take that back.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, Rocky, well, good luck to you. Hey?
Okay.
You can take that back. This guy, look at him now. He just says the most inappropriate things. That's how you sit when you're on a plane for 9 hours. Dinner. I am crying. Good night, Christina.
Okay, Rocky.
Okay.
Okay, so. Right there. Okay. And then again. Okay.
And that is it. I think that is it all. I think the main video is 9 hours, but someone went and cut out the bits of him sitting in the room on his own. I'm just looking if there's any footage we can show. What's this? The news. Let's have a look at the news.
For the very first time, we are able to show you video of police questioning Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam, the man who now admits that he killed Dianna Maud Jones and Richard Jones in their Vancouver home. But the 8-hour interrogation is a very different story. The accused refusing to answer many questions, leading to an explosive moment with a police officer. CTV Shannon Patterson reports.
When Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam was arrested 2 months after Dianna Maud Jones and her husband Richard Jones were murdered in their Marpole home, police told the then 25-year-old about evidence tying him to the crime scene, including DNA and surveillance video.
Do you have an explanation for that?
I have nothing to say.
Cam repeatedly refused to answer questions.
I don't want to talk about it.
After 8 hours of interrogation, it reaches a boiling point.
Maybe today you're not ready to talk about the whole ugly story, but at least say you're sorry. For what? You're an animal.
He did testify
After the
right in
officer
shotgun,
storms
yeah.
out and the room is empty, Cam speaks in Chinese, saying, "This is effing crazy. I didn't kill anyone. How can I be sorry? I can only be sorry if I killed someone." Fast forward to his first-degree murder trial, and Cam has admitted he killed the couple, but claimed on the witness stand that he believed he was playing a video game. His lawyers are arguing it wasn't premeditated, and Cam was unable to form the intent for murder. Crown is now cross-examining Cam, zeroing in on the items he bought in the weeks leading up to the murders, including a hatchet, twine, and a knife that were found at the crime scene. Cam said he bought the hatchet after seeing an axe-throwing competition on the TV show Modern Family, the twine because he wanted to make a craft shaped like a horse, and the knife to cut that twine. Cam denied those items were part of a kill kit and insists his web searches for stun guns, drugs to incapacitate people, and how to clean up a crime scene aren't evidence he was planning a murder.
You're not being released, no matter what.
I know.
You've killed 2 people, man.
Crown is arguing the video game defense just another way to avoid responsibility for what he did. The cross-examination continues Tuesday. Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Vancouver.
Yeah, he admitted it right in shotgun, but claimed manslaughter. He went into quite a bit of detail about the killings on the stand. Of course, no cameras in the courtroom in Canada, so all we have is the reports. But he explained how he burst in and pushed Mr. Jones to the ground and started stabbing him and kept stabbing him and wondered how come he didn't die. And yeah, he gave a full account on the stand, but was arguing that he thought he was in a video game with video game consciousness. I mean, we could have a look at this other creator's video. But is that okay? I mean, are they going to be annoyed at me? What the fuck? This has only had 1.2 thousand views and it was posted 2 years ago and it's by a reputable creator? You see, it's not a popular case. But we almost had that many views last night. Let me just see if this is any good. Well, it's just a lot of clips of the interrogation which we've watched in its entirety, so I don't know if we need to watch that. What can we watch? I have nothing to say. I tell you what we should watch is the roommate freaking out at the press.
Cam was arrested Monday at a rundown house on Granville Street. This man
Is
answered
that
the
all
door there
his
this
stuff?
afternoon.
Can you tell us anything about Rocky?
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on that trash. Have they put all his stuff out in the street?
This man answered the door there this afternoon.
Can you tell us anything about Rocky?
Yeah, he
Rambo?
was a nice guy, and I guess he was up. But get off my property.
As we were leaving, the man attacked us and another TV news crew.
Awful. Break those right now.
Hey, don't do anything!
Hey! I'm leaving, folks. Just let go.
We're leaving!
Calling on you.
I asked you to get off my
It's
property.
Louis.
Okay!
We are off the property.
That never gets old. Should we have a look at the murder victims? Or at least the lady? Dianna?
When she came, we tried a variety of the commercial collars of foam and wire, but they were just too rigid or didn't provide her with enough support. So in the middle of the night, it came to me that we should try air as a dynamic component. Mellow. You know your body best. You know what feels just right. Work it hard through the day. Don't lose it through the night.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, yeah. Is Canada even a real place? No one knows, Rick. It's a mystery. Well, I mean, that might conclude. I'm just looking if there's any more news reports. We could probably find some, but I don't know where they are. What about his family members? Do you think they've spoken to the press? Oh, what's this? Let's see this one.
Did you want to comment at all?
No, thank you.
No?
A painful and devastating journey for justice for the victims' families. Crown argued the killer should not be allowed to apply for parole for 50 years.
On September 27, 2017, in the city of Vancouver, Canada, Dianna Ma Jones and Richard Jones, a couple going about their routine at home, were about to face a nightmare they could never have imagined. What initially seemed like a home invasion and robbery spiraled into a brutal double murder that sent shockwaves through the community.
I don't get this. This has only had 77 views. I thought this was a news clip, but it's from another creator called Lawtify. So I don't know if we should play it or not. I don't know.
Surprisingly, most of the murder weapons were carelessly left behind, and soon it became clear that the evidence and crucial clues all pointed to one individual, Rocky Rambo Wei Nam Kam, a 25-year-old man who had planned the crime meticulously. He also had a clean record, was never involved with the police, and showed no obvious signs that would lead to such an atrocity. Weeks after the tragic incident and a thorough investigation, the main suspect, Rocky, was arrested and brought into the interrogation room. Despite the overwhelming evidence pointing towards Rocky as the perpetrator, the detective is determined to uncover motives and possibly get a confession regarding the killings.
Hey there. How are you? I'm Sergeant Leah.
Yeah, we've seen all this.
September. You know why we had to do that? What do you think?
Involvement, even in the slightest way possible.
Rocky Rambo Wayne Nam Cam, now 27, randomly attacked two innocent strangers. Dianna Ma Jones fought for her life as Cam slit her throat. Her husband, Richard Jones, slashed more than 100 times. Crown tried to convince the judge Cam poses a lethal threat to the public.
Well, it's based on the circumstances of the offense, the nature of the crime, and the lack of an explanation for why Mr. Cam committed these murders.
Man, did you see that guy's neck? It's thicker than his face.
Public.
Well, it's based on the circumstances of the offense, the nature of the crime, and the lack of an explanation for why.
Look at that. That's not right. Fucking hell.
Mr. Cam committed these murders.
During the trial, Rocky pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. Despite his plea, the evidence against him was overwhelming. In his defense, the concept of gaming consciousness was used as an argument. This theory aimed to emphasize Rocky's severe gaming addiction to the extent that he couldn't distinguish between the real world and the gaming world. This narrative linked to the widespread belief that violent video games might contribute to increased aggression and, in extreme cases, lead to actions like those committed by Rocky Rambo. However, the judge dismissed this explanation. Ironically, even Rocky himself appeared perplexed when asked if he felt like he had pushed a button to summon his hatchet before killing the couple. Ultimately, Rocky was sentenced to life in prison for 2 counts of first-degree murder, with a minimum of 25 years before he's eligible for parole. The judge mentioned that there isn't sufficient evidence to prove that Rocky Rambo Wayne Nam Kham would pose a danger to the community after 25 years, but also emphasized that parole is not guaranteed. Ultimately, the cause behind such a violent outburst that led to the deaths of Dianna Ma Jones and Richard Jones remains shrouded in mystery. Both lives were tragically cut short, and no sentence could ever rationalize or justify the horrifying actions they endured.
Yeah, if anyone wants to support the channel for the last few minutes. Oh, this one. We've got to check out this one at some point.
Just hit me with it, guys. What do you think?
I don't like you being honest.
What do you think? Okay.
I don't like you being honest.
So what are you telling me? Are you thinking I killed my husband?
No, I'm just saying that you're not.
Yep. We're definitely thinking that. I remember seeing this a while ago. It's quite good. Maybe we'll catch that one tomorrow. What's her name? Teresa. Teresa what? This video is for blah blah. Yeah, if anyone wants to support the channel for these last dying few minutes, head over to buymeacoffee.com/truecrimemetrics. What else can we do? I think we're done with Rocky Rambo Wayne Nam Kham. So, you know, he got life, he got concurrent sentences, life with the possibility of parole in 25 years, which would be 2042. So he's got another 17 years to do. He's already done, well, 7.5. He'll have completed 8 years in custody this November. Which is quite a while already, huh? But another 17 to go, man. And there's no guarantee that you're getting out. I wonder how he's getting on, eh? I wonder how he's getting on. No more sandwiches. I think I'm going to have a sandwich right now. I think Soap should have a sandwich right now. What is this now? Amy, it's Texas lady called Teresa, and she killed her husband. Soap's just walking around. Yeah, concurrently, so the Crown wanted him to do consecutive sentences, which would mean he would be in jail for a minimum, absolute minimum of 50 years and be able to apply for parole at the age of 75. What's the fucking point? But the judge said that that was unduly long and harsh, quote, close quote. She's gone to eat her Munch and Crunch, Amy. Just some Munch and Crunch. Alright guys, I think we'll leave it there. I don't know if we got any more footage about this wacko. So tomorrow we'll be moving on. We'll be moving right on to some other criminal. Maybe this lady. She's fancy. He should have gone to a Norwegian prison, Scott. They have PlayStations right in the cell. That guy that went and shot all the people on the island, you want to see his cell. It's like a pretty nice student apartment, student accommodation. You know, they get to wear their own clothes. It looks like I bet I've lived in worse non-custodial conditions. Thomas Chan, that's the guy who, out of Toronto, that killed his own dad while on mushrooms. And he's still tripping when they interrogate him. That's pretty horrific. Maybe we'll have a look at Thomas Chan. I'm just looking at the suggested. Now that we've got a Canadian interrogation, they're all coming back. They're all coming back. Michael Rafferty, another Canadian. Woodstock, Ontario. There you go. Deborah Ma Jones and Richard Jones. Marpole, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. You'd considered doing a show on Cassandra Bjorg, the emotionless teenage girl who, along with her 19-year-old boyfriend, murdered her grandparents, then sealed the doors with cork to control the smell. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe we'll do that one tomorrow. Yeah, the girl with the bandages on her hands, yeah. All right, we'll say good night, guys. Thank you so much to the chatters, the super chatters, the coffee people, the moderators, the fantastic moderators. And yeah, goodbye, Rocky Rambo, Waynam Cam. Hope you don't get parole. I have nothing to say. I hope that's what he says when the parole board are reviewing his his status for release, and they say, "Do you have anything to tell us about your rehabilitation?" "I have nothing to say. I don't have anything to eat." "You can have something to eat. What would you like?" "Dinner." Oh man, too much. What a guy. Oh, the Grant case. Yes. Well, maybe we'll have to do this Cassandra one quickly and then get to the Grant case. All right, we'll see you later, guys. Love you all. Good night. Bye-bye. True Crime Metrics out.